Oh my god.
Alrighty.
Let's fucking go!
Happy Friday.
Bro,
How's your Friday going?
I need a fucking nap. That's how my Friday is.
You always need a nap.
Facts. I'm the boy Sleepy. I'm living true to my name, dog. What you want from me?
Yeah, I mean, at least you're genuine like that. Um,
Facts.
I probably would say I needed a nap if I didn't have fucking green tea with my sushi dinner. So,
And coffee and shit.
and yeah, coffee. Well, coffee ice cream, which it can't be as caffeinated as regular
No,
coffee.
no, no. Fuck that. Still coffee.
I mean, I do get hit by caffeine pretty freaking hard.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't drink caffeine for a while because I just would get so anxious from it. I think though, since going on antidepressants, I've had a little bit more of a tolerance again.
Mm.
Um, Probably because I'm just like less anxious in general. Yay! Thank you,
Good
Lexapro.
job. Hope.
Um,
Shout out.
Cash out, you're not sponsored, but Lexapro, if you want to sponsor us,
Can you get sponsored by an antidepressant?
bruh, would that not be like our vibe though?
To be sponsored by it? No.
That
I
would be
mean,
funny as
that'd be nuts, bro.
we just have like and now it's time for our ads, and it's just like a Lexapro ad, and it's like when they're like side effects may include, and like the laundry list, and then we
Yeah.
just go back to talking about like
It's,
fucking other gays.
what the fuck?
I mean, that's what we're talking about, right? And like
Facts.
other stuff.
Sure, sure.
But what else? What else you been up to? What's new?
Man, I'm getting ready to go back to the gym. I'm kind
All
of
right,
excited
all
for
right.
that, but at the same time, I'm like, fuck. It's summertime. I wear hoodies to the gym. I'm about to be sweating. It's about to be a mess, but I'm
Is
excited.
is it hot down there right now?
Fuck yeah, it's hot. What you mean?
Dude, here it's like second winter. I don't know what the fuck's going on.
What? Nah, fuck that. What was the temperature over there?
I don't know, like 60, the high of 60 or some shit. It's like
Bitch.
not usually like this. I mean,
It
it's
was
usually way cooler than down there, but like
Bruh, it's
it.
somewhere in the 90s over here. Motherfuckers is out here
Oh,
sweating.
no, thank you. I'm good.
Yeah, yeah.
Well,
Like,
you know, good luck with the gym stuff. Congratulations on going back to the gym or getting ready to.
getting buff, baby. We getting buff out here.
I need to go to the gym. I mean, I
What you
just
need to
moved
go to the gym for?
to get healthier.
I
Shit.
mean, be healthy, but don't change them. We always like them chunky, kind of.
Thank you. Thank you,
Of
Joe.
of course, of course.
I no, for me it's just like I've definitely gained a lot of weight since going on my antidepressants. So
Valid.
and I also had a surgery the year before that. Well, it was just getting my gallbladder out, but apparently that makes you gain so much weight cuz your body's like all of a sudden your liver's like, "Wait, you fucking got rid of my coworker and now I have to do like double time?" So like your body has a hard time catching up with that, which is fine. I'm at my heaviest I've ever been, but like I've been having like mixed feelings about it. Sometimes I'm a little mean to myself, and I'm trying not to be. But I'm taking like this health course right now through my um, insurance because one of my doctors like was like, "Hey, this could be really good to just learn new habits or how to like set goals with food and like exercise and stuff." And I was like, "Okay, I'll try it." It's like this Zoom group class,
Mm.
so it's been really interesting. It's once a week for 2 hours, and it's been really interesting, like especially because the class is very diverse in age. Um, the first week, last week, we had about 30 to 40 people there, and
Mm.
since then, I think this is pretty normal from my uh, I don't know, my observations about how the teacher was talking about the class. But since then, we've lost a lot of people. So yesterday was my second class, and we only had like 12 people. Um, so it's kind of an like intimate experience because all these people are sharing their like struggles and what goals they want to set for themselves, and people are all there for different reasons. But yeah, I'm just trying to like help myself set healthier goals again. get better at doing that, understand what I'm doing with my body and how I'm taking care of my body. I just don't want to like fucking feel tired when I get to the top of the second set of stairs, you know? I'm like, whew, I'm about to take a nap now. I'm gonna nap right here on top of the stairs.
Bro, I feel that shit so heavily. I'm fucking chunky. I've always been like that though. So I feel it. I feel what you're talking about.
Yeah, so we have to do this like homework assignment for the class where like you have to fill out a sheet every week with a new goal. It's only a 6-week goal or 6-week long class. So it's kind of like a speed run. But
Hmm.
you can sign up for like the second one, I guess, which is like 12 weeks. But I may do that, I might not. I probably won't. But anyways, you have to do this homework thing where you choose a goal. It has to be like quantitative. So, you know, like really, and it has to be really specific. It's got to be observable or actionable. And what's the other thing? Oh, 100% achievable, which is interesting because I feel like a lot of the times when I'm been taught to set a goal, you are supposed to like aim super high and like, you know, shoot for the stars.
Mm-hmm.
But this is like very like, no, your goal every week should be 100% achievable so that you're setting that like positive reinforcement and reward system with yourself. So I
Mm-hmm.
think that's really interesting. But my goal for this week is going to be to go on a 15-minute walk during my lunch break at work every
Mm.
day. Simple, small, definitely achievable. Uh, and you know, it's a step in the right direction.
Well, I support you. As long as you know, get your shit done. Let's do this shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, Dylan goes to the gym. Honestly, I probably could just go with him sometimes, but it's
Yeah.
also kind of his thing, you know? And I don't know if our schedules really align for that, but he doesn't like night workouts, and that's kind of what I'd have to do probably during the week at least. But
Mm-hmm.
I always feel like it's easier to work out with another person. You go and work out with Jen, right?
Nah, I used to, but
Mm,
now just me, solo dolo.
well, you got this.
Yeah.
Download some fucking podcasts and listen to that shit while you're working out, you know?
Wait. For other people who are going to the gym, my fellow gym rats, who need something to listen to, put on the podcast. It works, guaranteed.
There you go. Wow. That was kind of like genius level Riz
What?
for our
Bro,
podcast, you know?
you're nuts, bro.
Um anyways, now that we've caught up about what we're up to, maybe we
Yeah.
should
What are we talking
talk
about
about our
today?
social batteries, dude.
Uh, f- mm, yeah,
Basically. I mean,
basically, yeah, for sure. I mean,
F-
today we're getting really heavy into, being an introvert versus an extrovert. But I gotta let you know now, I'm very introverted. So most of the shit that people like today, I'm very biased to. Like, for example, going out, like bar hopping, all that shit. Like, literally what you were doing last week, I would have been like, fuck that, no.
yeah, I'm like telling you about all this crazy shit I was doing during Pride, and you're like, yeah, sounds so fun. Really inside, you were like, thank God I wasn't there.
And like, oh God, bitch, go home.
Yeah. You know, I used to be way more into doing that. I definitely, more times than not, now like to stay home, like to do shit at home. I'm just too fucking tired now.
It's cap, bro. That's so
No,
cap.
it is true. Wish I had more time to stay home and be on the computer. I don't really go out as much as it might seem from like lately.
You talk about you go out all the time. What are you saying?
Nah, that was the first time I had gone out drinking and like, well, that and the time a couple weeks ago with Dylan and his like high school buddy.
Mm.
Uh, I hadn't gone out to drink in quite a while. And
On top of
usually
that,
when I
you
go
work a
out,
lot too, though, huh?
that's the thing. That's the thing. A lot of times when I'm gone, I'm fucking working.
Yeah, you work a lot.
Yeah. I
Do you
mean,
like it though? Like, Do you like your job?
You know, I go back and forth about it. I feel like Dylan and I were just talking about this today. He said, that's I said to him, you know, some days I'm like, damn, fuck this job. And then some days I'm like, damn, I like this job. I feel really good about my work today. And he's like, well, I feel like that's like a normal for a good job. I was like, yeah, I've definitely had
Yeah.
jobs where I every single day was like, I do not want to go into work. I fucking hate my life. Why am I doing this? I definitely don't feel that way about my job
Okay, but
currently.
like there's a difference from being like tolerable and then actually enjoying yourself like
No, I do like actually enjoy my job right now. Um,
right now, keyword.
yeah, I mean, I
I
would
mean,
say
I
the
feel like
first
it's
couple,
unrealistic to have like a job that you love 24/7. I feel like it's
yeah,
unrealistic.
yeah, I agree. Um, well, I mean, I definitely like April and May, my job was like so fucking hard, and it was multiple things. It was one, the fact that I was learning a new position while also still doing my old position during the busiest season to be doing that old position. So it was like,
Mm,
I'm crazy busy. I'm learning something new. I also have a bunch of personal life shit going on. Now, all of that has kind of slowed down. So I feel a lot better and I've been able to do a lot of the like marketing material creating that I'm doing. I'm making marketing campaigns for my job. I'm creating annual reports, doing all these like really fun things for me. Like I think that's fun, like production work. Um Instead of getting like 20 emails a day from faculty members being like, "Can you add this person to the ticket line for graduations?" I fucking hate graduation season. Great that people get to celebrate. Love it. Love that special for them, but if I never have to talk to a faculty member about graduations again, I will die happy.
brother.
But anyways, yeah, no, I love my job. I definitely know that it isn't a forever job for me. Academia is definitely not forever for me.
Mm,
I want to work in games.
yeah.
I want to do this kind of stuff but for a game company. Anyways, what were
No,
we talking
no.
about?
Uh, introverts versus extroverts
Oh yeah, that's the actual topic.
of the day. Yeah,
Yeah. Well, you were talking about how you're an introvert. Oh yeah, that's right. And about talking shit about me going out and how you don't want to do that shit, which is
bro.
like good for you, honestly.
Look. I don't mind like hanging out from time to time. Like a small group, of course. Like a small group just hanging out or whatever. But having too many people to fucking kick it with is ridiculous, bro. Like it's
Mhm.
legit tiring. Like I'm
What's a lot to
actually,
manage?
yeah. And then on top of
Socializing
that,
is management.
for sure. On top of that being fucking autistic, so I mask all the time, like
Mm,
24/7.
yeah, yeah.
So having too many people around and then trying to like, mask for the different groups of people, that's tiring.
Yeah, that's a lot of work. Holy shit. I didn't think about it that way because, you know, I don't have that perspective. That's crazy.
Yeah, dude. That's stress. I'm
I No, go ahead, go ahead.
no. Go ahead, speak your mind, level.
Oh, I was just gonna say, like, it's really interesting because we vibe really well, but we're very different when it comes to like personality types like this. Because I
Hmm.
definitely would consider myself an extrovert. I feel really energized when I'm around other people, and I always want to like talk through things, like solve my problems by discussing it with people and like talking through them. Like I need to talk about everything out loud, which
Hmm.
you know that.
Yes, very much
That's
so.
why you were like, "Hey, you want to do a podcast?"
Also true.
um, I do really well working in teams, but I also like to work on my own too. So sometimes I dip into like more introverted things. Um, I do like socializing. I do like going out, but I definitely know that since COVID, and I really, really do truly think that lockdown and COVID-19 in general was a big factor in this. But ever since then, like, I do find myself gravitating towards more introverted traits. Like, when I'm at work, I want everyone to shut the fuck up and I just want to work by myself a lot of times. I
Mm.
I want to go home and recharge. I need to recharge and be on my own. I
Mhm.
need more personal time. I have been doing a lot more internal reflection.
Okay.
Um, but I don't know, maybe I'm an ambivert, as they say, which is like a newer thing I'm finding out about.
It's possible.
Uh,
I would say that it's impossible, but I feel like part of the reason I'm not, you know what I mean? Like you brought up like quarantine and all that stuff.
mhm.
People were like super depressed and shit. Like they were fucked up during
Me.
quarantine. I excelled, bro. Like
Mhm.
I got so much time to myself, man. I crave that now sometimes. Like so
Mm,
like don't get me wrong. I'm not antisocial. Like I can talk to people all day. I love having conversations. That's why like this, like what we have set for this podcast, that's why this works for me. Like so this is really good. I love this like one-on-one conversation type shit, but
mhm.
as soon as it gets like overcrowded or there's too many angles for people to come and like talk to me. Like I want to say like I'm kind of like a people pleaser. So it's like I have to take into account all of the people in the room or everyone in the conversation. Like say for example, that day that we were playing Valorant and like there was like 8 people in the call. That was
Dude.
stressful. That was
Yeah.
stressful as fuck, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, valuing one-on-one conversations and one-on-one friendships the most is like a very key trait of introverts too.
Mhm.
Not saying that extroverts don't value like close one-on-one friendships, but they just excel more in large social situations and crowds and teams. Um, and I also want to say that there's nothing wrong with either. Obviously, we're all just very
Mhm.
different. And there's definitely a balance in relationships between people who are one is introverted and one is extroverted, whether that's a friendship, a romantic relationship, a family dynamic. Like I think that's why we work really well as friends because we have a balance between the two. Me and Dylan would consider himself an introvert. Um, I think we have balance there. Sometimes there's a struggle because I want to just start talking at him about things, not at him or but with him. I want to start talking with him about things and I want to like I just generally have more energy to give in a day, more spoons if you will. And he's
Mhm.
like, "Bruh, I tapped out like 3 hours ago."
You were talking to
So,
me, dude. Oh shit, my bad.
yeah.
No, like I can listen for sure. Like I can listen to you talk, but fucking expecting me to reply and have like stuff to value the conversation. Now that's asking for a fucking lot. Okay.
Well, you're a sleepy boy.
Yeah. Fuck yeah, dude. I'm always sleepy. I think that's part of the reason why. Because I'm a fucking like I'm always tired. I'm an introvert, but my
Gotta get
whole
more
shit
sun.
my
Gotta touch
whole
more
shit
grass.
fuck that.
Sorry.
My whole shit is talking to people around the world, like on the internet or like
Mm.
interacting with people. So I feel like it's part of the reason I'm always fucking tired. My social battery is like stuck
Mm.
on 1%.
Yeah, because you're always spending it. Like, so what do you do to recharge your social battery?
Fuck. I don't have much of a choice of like what I can and cannot do. Like so for example, I usually just try to spend time on my own and work on shit. Like give myself like an independent project, like, work on something by myself, don't ask for any help or, if I have to outsource, try to do it as much as possible without actually having to talk to somebody. Um, but sometimes it doesn't work. Like a lot of the time when I'm by myself, someone needs my help in some way, or like they want to talk to me, or they want to hang out with me, and I
Mhm.
don't want to be the person to be like, no, you know what I mean? Though I do care about myself, and I feel like I need to take a bit more like care of myself in that way. I do still feel like, um, I don't know. I feel like people depend on me in some aspect of, being a part of a conversation or just talking in general. So I don't want to, disappoint in any way if I don't have to.
Dude, we could just sit and call more often without talking. Like that is totally okay with me. I think you need to maybe you just need to choose silence over continuing the conversation more.
Yeah. And then,
You
but
gotta give
like,
yourself that rest time. Rest is really important, and people don't think about how yes, taking the time to work on your craft on your own, great way to recharge on your own, but also rest is literally doing nothing, and
hmm
sometimes that's important.
yeah, but I don't know. Like, so for sure, I need to spend more time by myself or like, you know what I mean? But
Hmm.
I'm, fuck, this makes me seem fucking sad. Um, like because I have depression
Mm.
and like because I have to deal with those mental problems and stuff, people ask me all these fucking questions and it like makes me mad. Like if I'm quiet, like if I'm just fucking sitting here listening to you, I'd be like, "Oh, hey, are you okay? Are you okay? Like what's the matter?" I'm fucking fine, bruh. I'm just fuck. Like I'm chilling, just like relax for a little bit.
You
But
need a canned response, or just change your name on Discord to "I'm okay, I'm just introverted."
and like I don't
I'm recharging.
yeah, bruh, like my social battery's on fucking zero and I need a minute.
Yeah, I know that's annoying probably to hear people ask "Are you good? Are you okay?" all the time because you're just being quiet or you know, plugging yourself into the wall basically. I just have this image of you pulling out a charger and trying to
Bruh.
find the outlet and then plugging yourself
Bro,
in.
you ever seen Big Hero 6?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I'm legit like Baymax when he's like on his charging station and he
Yes,
just
yes.
power downs. Yeah, yeah, that's me
Yeah,
for
yeah, yeah.
sure.
Exactly. But, unfortunately, people are going to ask that. Well, people are going to ask that, not unfortunately. People are going to ask that because they care about you, right? So
Mm,
maybe you just need that canned response of
I
I'm
wouldn't say
recharging.
I
I'm
wouldn't
recharging.
I wouldn't say that they care about me all the time. You know what I mean? Like sometimes they just need me to like hold up a conversation for them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. I know
Like
what you mean.
I'm like their quote unquote source of entertainment, so they need something to keep that going.
Well, if you find that with your relationships with people, then maybe those people aren't worth your time.
I
If,
shit. Look, I keep it a buck. Like I don't really uh aside from the people that I know like IRL, you know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
my roommates and my friends that I see often. I don't know. Like I see those relationships kind of as fickle because to me they are. Like because like I hear this thing all the time. All my friends say this shit to me. Like or the people that are on the internet that I call my friends. They'll be like, "Oh, if you want to talk to me, you can talk to me like whenever you want. Just hit me up. I'm always available." That's a fucking lie.
Mm.
And I don't say it's like because they don't care, but everybody has their own life shit. You know what I mean? Everybody has their own shit, and so it's like I get into this mindset of like, okay, so if everybody has their own shit and I'm dealing with shit, of course they can't handle my shit. So I just don't like I
Mhm.
don't talk to anybody. I don't like to bring up my issues if I don't have to. If I absolutely have to, like I'll write them down and save them for later.
That's
Like
good.
yeah, like so like I'm not like ignorant about like the things that go on with me. It's like or like my mental health or anything, but I feel like it's kind of silly to depend on people. I think that's part of me being an introvert too. Like I have this idea of like I don't really need anybody. I could just, manage on my own, but like
Mhm.
I think that's kind of like a joke in itself.
A lot of what you're saying right now reminds me so much of my ex roommate Danielle, who's one of my best friends. Still one of my best friends. I don't know why I said ex-roommate. That makes it sound so like bad.
It
But
makes it seem like you're on bad terms.
no. Love her. One of my best friends. I play Valorant with her boyfriend all the time. I probably talk to her boyfriend more than her though lately, so I should probably hit her up more. But
Sure.
he's cool too though. So anyway, she is very introverted. And like I said, I'm very extroverted. So living together, I would a lot of times see her just like hide out in her room, watching her shows, kind of doing things on her own, try to catch up and see how she's doing. And she has gotten so much better about like opening up about things. But I think she told me once, like, yeah, it's not that I like don't want to open up to you. It's more just like I don't need to do it
Well,
like out loud. Like I'd rather like just deal with it on my own, and maybe that comes from a place of like feeling like, yeah, depending on people, silly, like you said.
yeah.
Obviously for me that's not how I feel,
Oh, of
but
course. Yeah, not everybody
but
feels like that.
yeah, but I can also see a reason why people would feel that way. And I guess if you're an introvert, you're
It's
already
even
like,
worse.
no, I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm good, son. Like, I'll just sit over here and stew in this on my own, and then I'll shake it off, or I won't. Who knows?
Bro, being an introvert has gotten me in a lot of trouble, like at home and shit. Like,
Is your
so,
wife an introvert, or is she extroverted?
uh, okay. I'd say she's an extrovert, but she's also socially awkward.
Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
thing.
So, like, she likes to do things. Like, she likes to go out. She likes to have her own little adventures and stuff. But she doesn't do great in terms of like conversation and stuff. But it doesn't mean like she doesn't like to explore. She loves that shit. She's like super keen on it, actually.
Yeah.
Sitting still too long makes her sad. Like, she gets like really depressed if she sits still too long.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, like that's part of the reason we're polyamorous. Um, because we are very different in terms of like our social battery.
Yeah.
Um, but um, yeah, she's pretty extroverted, but we do have like really good communication and stuff like that. Like, so, um, if if I need to just like take a fucking minute, like just to like, okay, bro, like this is a lot for me right now. I can tell her that, and she'll be like, "Oh, okay," and like the total mood of the conversation will change like in a snap. And we'll just be chilling there, or like sometimes
Mm.
like she needs me to be a part of her conversation, or like spend time with her and be a bit social, and I can do that. Like we go out sometimes. Like for my birthday, I didn't want to do anything. Like I really didn't want to do anything. She was like, I think you should try to do something, you know? And I was like, fuck it, I'll take us all to Korean barbecue. So, like, stuff like that. It's really
Mm-hmm.
good for us.
Yeah, I feel like personally, I need to do a better job of not having, not being like offended when my partner needs me to be quiet or needs like has a little less of a social battery than I do that day, and like can't keep up with me or whatever in my energy. Like I need to make more room for that personally. I definitely try, and I have been trying, but I feel like I could try harder.
Oh
Um
no, dude. Oh, hold on. I suck at that. Like I suck at taking certain things.
mhm.
Like, um, say if it's like something silly to me, like something like small,
Mhm.
and I'm like, hey, can I have this? And someone tells me no. I can take it, but like it feels weird. Like I feel awkward about it. Like
Mm.
it's like this makes me feel uncomfortable, and then I'll like deflect the whole time after that.
No. Yeah, I mean
Yeah.
Dylan is like really good at like, so and this is like his own personal stuff, so I won't go too deep into it because it's not like my place, but like he's had past experiences where he has expressed things and how he feels in a relationship and has been met with negative responses. So, it's really important to me that I always encourage him to open up and always encourage him to feel comfortable and safe to talk to me. I think because of that, he's been really a lot better. And also because not just because of me, but because of the work he's putting in as well to himself and moving past that boundary or blockage that he has with talking about how he feels and asking for what he needs.
Mhm.
I think because of both of those things, he is so much more willing to be like, hey, I don't want to do that right now. Or like, hey, no, this is too much. Or like, hey, can we just like not talk and just sit here? Whatever. He's always really nice and respectable about it. He's never like an asshole about it. But still I just want your attention though. I want attention and I want to watch my TikToks, but I want to watch them with you. And I and I like but inside, I try to keep that inside and I need to be better about that in general.
Oh,
But
brother.
I don't know. I just like I want, but I also now I'm getting ahead
Look,
of myself. I do enjoy times where we're just sitting in the room doing completely opposite things,
okay, can I
and
tell
that's
you
cool too.
something?
Yeah. Please do.
Like, this is like a safe space, yeah?
Yeah.
You sure?
You, me, and
The internet.
the internet. Yeah.
Okay. I think you should try polyamory.
You know, I don't think I don't. I don't
Now,
know.
now I know the first thought is like, how do I deal with like certain shit like jealousy or whatever? You know what I mean? Like that's a common
But that's
thing
the
for
thing is like,
people.
I don't think that it's like not being met. I think I just have this knee jerk reaction, and then I'm like, okay, I'm good. Or okay, I'll just go talk to my friends or something, or I'll
Oh,
go do
true,
something on
true,
my own.
true. But like,
It's not like something like I feel is missing or
no,
anything
no,
like
no,
that.
no, no. That's not how that works.
I know, but that's my response to that.
Why would you respond like that if you don't know how it works? Okay, so this is my thing. So polyamory doesn't have to be necessarily a thing where it's like, oh, like this person doesn't meet my certain fucking standards, so I need to find someone who can while also having them
Yeah.
and da 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 da. That's not how that
No,
works.
yeah.
Um, I don't know. It's like having a really big friend group that like you're comfortable enough to express these things to. Like, for example, I feel like I'm in a relationship with everyone in my home, pretty much. Not everyone, because my sister-in-law lives here, so fuck her, respectfully. Um, but like my roommates, like they're a married couple, I'm a married couple. Like I call him my boyfriend. He's not really he's like we're boys and we're friends. We're boyfriends. Like that's my boyfriend. And like you know what I mean? Like we have like that
Yeah.
relationship in the household and it feels really nice. It's not
Man, I
a
love queer people. Holy shit.
yeah. Um it's really I don't know, it's really a good experience for me. I feel like having a situation like that or being lucky or fortunate enough to be, in like an open space where like I'm free to, talk to or be the least amount of interest, like intimate with anybody in that group. I mean, like, I think it's something everybody should have.
I love that for you, and I love that for other people that it works for. I don't think that I am in a place in my relationship where either of us want to do that from conversations we've had.
Ooh,
Um, yeah, but so we've definitely we've had conversations about it in the past. And honestly, when we first started dating, we were like, "Ooh, like we talked about like a bunch of different things with polyamory and stuff like that." And then as we became more and more involved with each other and we had been dating for a lot longer, we were like, nah, you know what? That was fun. That was fun to consider, but definitely not what we want. And I think for me, like, also, I'm just like, I don't have fucking time for that. And
your schedule is
I
fuck, bro.
and I got a whole network of friends that like that I feel honestly, I get what you're saying about that, about feeling like a lot of sometimes with your friend group or your roommates specifically, like feeling like you're in a relationship with all those people. Well, yeah, because you're putting time and effort into your connection with them and the way that they are in your life and you are in their life. Yeah, it's almost like having a fucking relationship. Um,
Mm.
it basically is, right?
I feel like it's different considering, our social stances. Like, for example, you're an extrovert and I'm an introvert. Uh,
Okay,
not
yeah.
not not to say that you make your relationships like less important or anything, but since I have so little of them, I feel
Hmm.
a way about them for sure.
Well, I definitely have and maybe this is something we could go into more in another episode. I think it would be interesting, but I definitely have like a pyramid, a friendship pyramid. So,
Oh, yeah, people that you have like that are closer to you than your other
yeah,
friends.
so like and I think that that's pretty I don't know if normal is the right word, but I think that's common that like you have a certain level of connection or friendship with certain people and then you have a deeper uh friendship level with other people. And this is why I teeter on I think having both extrovert and introvert qualities. Yes, I love socializing in big groups and like meeting people and trying to talk to people even when it's scary. I love that, but I also very, very, very much value my deep friendships and my deep experiences with people over anything else. And I think that
Mm.
is way more introverted. Like, cool, I check in with certain people every once in a while, but I think as I've gotten older, and again, in relation to COVID, in relation to like maybe my mental health and how it's changed over the years, I have a very tight knit group of friends that
Hmm.
I spend most of my energy checking in with when it comes to like the energy I spend on my social circle and my social network. And I've started to carve people out of my life who I don't want this to sound the wrong way because a lot of times those people aren't like bad people. It's just like we
Nope.
don't serve a purpose to each other, you know?
Yeah, totally. It's not
Um,
a positive experience for the both of us, so
mhm.
it's an experience that we don't need to have.
Yeah, or it's just like, you change or you grow apart or whatever. And I've started to be way more accepting of that, of doing that thing to my social circle that I think that has also really, really made my deep connections more important. I mean, I also think it comes from a place of like your background and your growing up and your environment growing up and what your relationships were like with your parents and your siblings.
Hmm.
And other people in your family, uh, how that affects how you make friends and keep friends, right? So I would say that that's why I was relating to that because I feel like I have such a tight knit group that like I open up to the most and that I connect with and spend most of my energy socially on. Um, but maybe that group is bigger than I think. I don't know.
Mm. I know for me it's not. Um, like there's like five of us, and like I make friends and stuff on the internet, and I can respect them for sure. But
Hmm.
on that same coin, it's just like, eh, you know what I mean? Like if you guys
Damn,
aren't
tell me
like,
how you really feel. No, I'm just kidding.
no, for real, dude. Like if you're not like really my friend, it's really hard for me to be like, okay, like I'm cool, let's talk. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it's really difficult for me to do that because I'm not gonna lie to you. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna try to make a front like, oh, like we're the best of friends. We're not.
Hmm.
Like
Hmm.
we barely talk. We don't have a lot in common. You're cool. I don't hate you at all. It's just, you know,
You talking to me about me?
no.
Oh, I almost cried. Just kidding.
Oh, oh my
You're like,
god.
we don't have a lot in common. I was like, we don't.
I mean, no, fuck you. Like you disappeared in our friendship forever.
Okay, but we weren't that close before I did.
Yes, we were. We were close enough not to disappear.
No, we were
Mm,
not.
yeah,
Before
we were.
before I started streaming, before I like reconnected with you then? You mean? Like
Uh,
after I left your server? That's what you're
uh,
talking about, right?
I don't know.
And then we reconnected, and I feel like we've been friends since then. I mean, I've definitely had moments where I've been like, I'm so busy. Sorry, dude. But
I mean,
that's normal with my friendships, honestly. I
to be
feel like.
fair, I feel like I'm in a point where it's like I don't really like look out for anybody anymore. You know what I mean? That
Rip.
sounds rude, but
Yeah, well, fuck you, man. Just kidding.
nah, like just because I don't talk to you doesn't mean like I don't fuck with you.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
just
no, same.
yeah, but it's like I don't know. I try to stay in my own lane. Like I hear this like thing like all the time. Like it's like, hey, you don't talk to anybody. Like you, where you been at? And I'm like, fuck, I've been over here, man. Like
Like, did you talk to me either, by the
exactly.
way?
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
that was something I was gonna bring up while you were talking. I thought about it. I was like, man, adult friendships are so fucking hard, and people are always like, well, you never talk to me anymore, or you never reach out, or you never make the plans. Like, bitch, I used to be the only one who did it, and then I stopped, and that's what happened. But also, like, yeah, I value friendships that I can like go and live my life, be an adult, do the things I gotta do, and when I come back, we just pick up from where we were. You know? I value that
oh,
shit. I think it's important to check in with your social circle, and a lot of us don't do it enough. But it's also important to like not feel obligated to do that, you know? It's important to do it because you want to, or when you have the time and space and energy to. Both.
mm. It sounds fucked up. I don't want it to sound fucked up, but it's like I don't know. I'm really starting to become like more of like a I don't know. My friends call me wishy washy a lot. Like so, like my main group of friends, like where it's like I have people I talk to where it's like, okay, cool, like we're cool right now, and then something will happen, and then I'm just be like, I don't really fuck with you no more. You
Well,
know
I
what I
guess it
mean?
depends on what happens, though.
Mm, sure.
Is it
That's,
not? Is it? Are you saying this in a sense of like it's not something that should make you do that, or what?
I don't
Like,
know. Like I feel
do you?
like something small can turn into something big for me. To where it's like, oh, like I
Mm,
just don't fuck with you as a person. Then you know what I mean? Like,
but
I'm,
something that someone might consider small might still be like big to you, right?
for sure. Yeah, happens all the time actually.
Yeah.
um, like little stuff, like when people are like bad to fucking waitresses and shit, you know, and they get their order and
Oh,
shit, and they're really rude to them. I don't fuck with those type of people.
but see, that's fucked up though.
Well, yeah, true, but like people consider that small. Where it's like you don't even know this person. What do you care? Because
Oh
it's
my
fucking rude.
god. Because it's rude. You don't treat people like that. And it
Exactly.
could be you. Oh my god. See, that's a big thing for me too, because my mom, I gotta be honest, she embarrassed me a lot as a kid with the way that she talked to people when we would go out to restaurants.
Yeah.
Like she's just like really short with people sometimes. And I don't even know that I don't know if that she knows she's doing it, you know, a lot of times, but god, she would do things and I'd be like, "Oh my god, I want to just disappear." And like I feel like a lot of people in our generation are like scared to send food back or anything like that because their
Hmm.
parents, you know? Like my mom would be like, "I can't believe it's like this. You need to send this back or whatever." And me, I'm like,
No.
"Oh, you got my order completely wrong. That's okay.
It's cool. I'll try
It's
it.
fine. I'll try it. It's probably good. Oh, this gave me food poisoning. It's fine." I'm just kidding. No, that's too far. Okay,
No,
I'm thinking I might be an ambivert now after this conversation because
no.
I'm looking this shit up now. And I
Uh-huh.
don't know if this is even like, I mean, I'm finding science articles about it and shit. Science, that's my fucking uh what is it called? This is the my receipts, science articles. And they're saying enjoys others but needs alone time, can be outgoing in the right context, can be on teams after working independently, can process out loud or internally. And I feel like kind of me. I don't know. Also, apparently, omniverts is a real thing as well. And what omniverts is, I find this really interesting. It says they are people who experience extremes in introversion and extroversion. So they have a trouble balancing their outgoingness and shyness, and they can seem like they have a dual personality depending on the situation they're in. Also, could be other mental health things, but interesting. Highs and lows make this person seem erratic and unstable, or maybe they're bipolar. I don't know.
I actually have bipolar disorder.
I don't. Oh well, that's true. You told me this before.
Yeah.
I'm not. I'm just saying. Like that sounds like someone who might be. I think my mom is undiagnosed bipolar. I don't know if she's ever been diagnosed, but my brother and I have talked a lot about it. He studied psychology and everything in school and stuff.
So did I.
You did? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That makes a lot more sense, huh?
I guess.
I feel like you always come from a perspective that's so like thoughtful, in that kind of sense. So I think it makes sense.
No, I'm an asshole.
Yeah, you fucking suck.
Only on the weekends.
I do want to clarify. I didn't mean that bipolar.
Oh, I know.
Thing in a poor way. I just mean like, well, I don't know. Maybe
No.
an undiagnosed thing.
No. I know. Like, so how can I say? How can I say this? I'm one of those people who have like mental disabilities or whatever, or just like mental
Or whatever.
Yeah, like mental things. But I feel like that doesn't change much. Just because like say if you're depressed or something like that, it doesn't mean you could be an asshole.
Oh
So
yeah, yeah,
I
I agree.
I don't use it as an excuse or nothing. It's like, well, fuck, yeah, this is something I got, something I got to live with, whatever.
Yeah. Do you ever find difficulties in your relationship having bipolar disorder? If you don't mind.
I think most of the battle is with me. Like going back and forth on myself and whatnot, and I can see how that's uh like strenuous to like a partner of mine because they're like watching me like fall apart at the seams and they're like, I don't know how to help you, and I'm like, I know, just give me a fucking minute, like. So I could see how it's like, oh damn, like this is kind of like fucked up to watch, but
Does that make it harder for you?
for me to what exactly?
Like to feel that way, that your partner might be feeling that way. You know what I mean? Like seeing your partner feel that way in response, does that make you feel worse?
Yes and no. It's more of like a trusting thing.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, it's more like a trusting thing. So like I'll do my best not to have a fucking meltdown before I see somebody, you know what I mean? Or like if I'm around somebody new or some shit, like I'm not gonna just fucking freak out or some shit. Now I'm not perfect, you know what I mean? Like sometimes like I do say things that I feel like are like, oh shit, like this is kind of rough. Or you know what I mean? Like this may be mean or somewhat. Like I've done it before. Like I've talked to my wife and like I'm just venting and like I'm just like, and I'll misuse certain words. Like I'll say uh like I'll use words like everybody or people or like I make a broad spectrum of people or whatever, you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
my wife will have to like stop and like try to be like, hey, like I know you don't mean me, but the way that you're saying it makes it seem like it is me. So I
That's
like,
that's really good that she communicates like that with you, though.
yeah, for sure.
I really like that idea of like it's just a trust thing.
Yeah, for
Because
sure.
like with my anxiety, sometimes it makes me feel worse knowing that like I'm having a breakdown or something in front of my partner and they have to deal with it, or that Dylan feels things so strongly. He's very, very empathetic and like he cares so much. Like he even told me like when I went through my gallbladder surgery and I was like in bed for like 2 weeks or whatever and he's taking care of me, he was like, it was so hard because I just like especially the first couple days because I would be like crying in pain or whatever because my pain meds were just like not working well
Hmm.
and I couldn't get comfortable. And he was like, every time I heard you cry out in pain, like it made me feel like hurt. And so like I know that like when I'm going through like anxiety stuff, like he's feeling it in a certain way. And like that's obviously not something I have control over, but it definitely makes me feel bad sometimes. But I guess it's really important to remember that like I also just gotta trust him to be able to express those things to me if he needs to, or
Oh
like
no, for sure.
make those boundaries with me, or trust that like it's okay, he's got it.
Like for some things, like I feel that way for my wife a lot too. Like so, my wife is a big crier.
Same.
Um, like she cries a lot,
Yeah.
and like not all the time. Oh, I don't like it's not excessive or nothing crazy, but like sometimes, like yesterday she cried because she has diabetes, and like she has a box of needle heads that she has to like take the needle out or fix it or whatever. But like she dropped some of the needles, and and it frustrated her that she dropped them. And she just like she starts crying. She's like, I'm upset, like I'm frustrated. I'm like, it's more convenient if you want. Like I could pick them up. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Um, you know what I mean? And like, like sometimes it's a bigger deal than that. Like sometimes it's a lot more than that. Sometimes it's uh, like she's frustrated about things like taxes or some shit, and I can't say something or do something to quickly diffuse the conversation or like
Mm-hmm.
quickly diffuse how she's feeling. Like I legit just have to let her feel that and like let her cry or you know what I mean? So
Yeah. Yeah, I know exactly what you mean.
it's like it kind of sucks in that sense, but I mean I understand it. I feel like sometimes people have to, let those feelings be felt and let it out and whatnot, but I wouldn't say it's easy.
Yeah. Oh man.
Yeah,
What a conversation we've been having today.
for sure.
We went a
Yeah.
lot of ways there. A lot of it's crazy how all those things connect back to what we were originally talking about though, about just like our social energy, our social
Yeah.
battery, how it affects our relationships. Do you have any like advice for ways to recharge your social battery?
Mm, fuck, man. You really gotta have people who are understanding. Like,
Mm,
because if you don't, I promise it's difficult. Because
yeah.
I didn't always have that. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't always have like people that'd be like, okay, I just need a fucking minute. Like, I used to live at home and like my mom is a hard ass, you know what I mean? So if I'm like, I need a minute, she's like, no, fuck that, dude. Fuck, I told you. You know what I mean? So it's like, then it's like okay, now I'm like zero battery, you know what I mean? I'm forced to like do some extra shit and then like I'm really pushing it. Like that's like driving a car on E, man. I'm on fumes right now. So like it's really just who you surround yourself with and make sure, they're knowledgeable about the things that you go through. And, like if you can do take time to yourself, you don't have to just, crap yourself in a room or anything. Like you can just, take yourself out on a date or meditate. I know people who go on walks at the park, like just by themselves or with their music or whatever. Or some people just need to be in a room of silence. They need like, you know what I mean? Like none of the excessive noise, nothing too much you need something to really diffuse how you're thinking. So, I mean, those are all ways to do it. But if anything, do take time to do it. Like it's not one of those things where it's like yeah, I'll do it some other time, or you can ignore it. It's a bad thing if you do that. Like that's how people burn out.
Yeah. I find it's also really useful not just to say define the time, but also like literally book that time. There was a podcast I was listening to like a year ago, and I started doing this. It still sits in my calendar, but I haven't really been utilizing it, and I really should go back to it. So it was really useful when I used to do it, but what I would do is I had a separate calendar in my Google Calendar that is called like Sara time, and I would put it in so every week it's like the same times. That doesn't work for everybody, but what it is even if you don't use like I would put like Sunday, that's a Sara day, or Monday from 7 to 9, like that's Sara time, whatever. These are just examples. Even if you don't end up using that time for that, something comes up, you end up making social plans, whatever. Like it is a reminder that sits in your calendar every week to put aside that time for yourself. Yeah, you have to make it like real and see it actually. Or if you do like a written calendar, write that shit down. Like me time today.
Yeah, for sure.
We're doing it. I like to take a bath and put like a podcast or a TV show on while I'm in the bath. Light some candles and shit. I just don't like cleaning out the bath to make that happen.
Sometimes I just really enjoy a fucking nap.
Ooh.
Like before I was getting ready for the podcast, I was looking at the time. It's like fucking 7:15. We gotta start podcast at like 8:30. I legit was just like, I'm gonna close my eyes for a little bit. Set a timer and shit. I blinked. It was like 8. And I was like, oh fuck, okay, hold on. It's just I don't know. Yeah. I feel like it's very important to make time for yourself. But that being said, it seems like we've reached our time. We've been at it for a while.
Yeah, I think we talked about a lot of really great stuff, and I'm walking away with some new ideas about how to recharge my social battery. Maybe I gotta take some tips from the introverts in my life. That's what I gotta do.
Bro, I need to go beat my dick. It'll make me feel better about myself.
Bruh. All right. Well, everybody, this has been the fucking delinquents, and I hope you enjoy your Friday night, or I guess this won't be Friday when you hear this, but I hope you enjoy your night just as much as Rev is about to.
What the fuck? I'm not beating my dick as we speak, but you know,
no, hey, no, oh my god, no, we're not. He's lying.
I know. I just said that. I just said I wasn't. Anyway, we're fucking out of here, man.
All right, till next time. Bye.
Yeah, peace.